stupid or something.
Hello everyone, welcome. Today we got an article today. It says New York and New Jersey lose hundreds of billions on residence income as Americans flee to low tax states. You gotta know people in New York City they have higher rate period on almost every country or almost every state. But the thing is, the higher the pay rate, the higher the bill. So basically, especially for a house, if you have the minimum wage is $17, okay, 17.5, and next thing you know, right? This is 15, but this is 16, 17, okay. But you gotta pay a house over 500K and $0.5 million. Come on, it doesn't make sense. So that means you're already in debt. So Florida and Texas emerge as bigger winners in decade-long migration shift that will shape American economy. That's common sense. Florida and Texas, they are the cheapest also. Of course, people gonna move there. That's why most people they work in New York City and they move to New Jersey. They move to Florida so they can afford it because they're higher pay rate, and then they rent home over there apartment, and then they have a house back there because the money is bigger for them. And a new analysis find that the state of New York and New Jersey have lost billions of dollar from their tax base amid an exodus of residents in recent years. Exodus means that people leave, they leave the country and never want to return. I wonder why. I think the policy, for example, there's a lot of killing on the subway. There's also a lot of homelessness on the subway, and also the street is kind of like it's not that safe anymore. So basically, and the expensive rent as well. So it's kind of like crazy. So that's why people are moving out. Unleash prosperity. Prosperity released a report on Tuesday that found New York lost $517 billion in residence income. That means those people move out, never return, and never come back. So basically, those money never come back. I wonder why that is. I wonder why because of the people that's immigration law that came in and the state paying for them, and then now Trump is in office, they cut that fund. So basically, they have no money to pay those residents. So basically, they have to evict those people. So that's why it happened. So that's the money. And from 2013 to 2022, while New Jersey lost 170 billion in that period, according to data from the Census Bureau and IRS. So in that time, remember COVID, when the COVID everything shut down, and for you to go to work, you they forced to take the vaccine. I think the people all were tired of it. They went to Texas or Florida because Florida you can work without it, and then everything was open, even though it was spreading, and it has a less mortality rate because everyone was cautious everywhere. So that's one of the reasons that triggered also as well. And the report cover cumulative gain and losses in each state recent income as the mover take their income to the state to subsequent years, not just for the first year after their move. The report was first covered by news. So basically, it's just like people moving where's a better live lifestyle. For example, if the house is cheap, so I'm gonna move there. If it's not cheap, so I'm not gonna stay. So basically, it's more about the ratio, the income ratio. So people trying to survive out there. And right now in New York City, the house is 1.5 million and it's 17 hours. That doesn't do it. Minimum it should be like 25 an hour. That better. That's better. And people sometimes they offer part timers and not full timers. And this is slapping the face. So how many people have to live in the house in order to pay house? Like 20 people. And then if one lose a job, if one gets sick, what happens? They're behind rent, they're behind everything. This is an environment, the environment they created, the government created, and now everyone's paying the price, and people start getting tired of it and trying to move somewhere else with their money so they can be valuable and then be profitable at their life because everyone is looking out for themselves, and I don't blame them as myself. I'm thinking about it as well. So basically, better houses prices is meaning better lifestyle even though there's a hurricane, there's tornadoes, stuff like that. And this is also a miss because Florida that the highest hurricane rate. So basically, if you move in a neighborhood where the flood happens often, tornado and hurricane, so your house most likely gonna be gone by the next seasoning. So basically, that's like when you found balance the point of the con is that pick your whip, this is what it is. So this is America, and the way they do it with the minimum wage is crazy because everything is 300 times more than your income. the bill is skyrocketing, the light bill, your insurance, your car notes, and also your electricity bill, your phone, everything is skyrocketing except for your pay rate. You gotta wait for 2 3 years for your pay raise for 50 cents. How you gonna survive with that? This is crazy. This is nasty. I don't like it, and it's supposed to be better. We are an American people, and we're supposed to be able to live in a way that is not like a third world country. But slowly they try to destroy the middle class, and slowly we see that the outcome that people that's looking for survival, they either live in their car or either they move somewhere else, and either they just don't do anything at all. So that's what it is. Save the money with their parents, their mom, their dad, their great parents, and then save the money. And then that's the reason why you see their house decrease because nobody buying a house that renovated. And then next thing you know, it was $300 when it wasn't when it wasn't renovated. And after renovation, it's skyrocketed to $1.2 million. So nobody's doing that no more. So basically, and there's no money to back it up because that person's slave for life. And if he loses his job, he loses everything. And then nobody trying to go back to zero. And guys, thank you guys for watching. If you want to big thumbs up, subscribe my 6 one.